I'm still gonna have your screen up though. Yes. Um, okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm enjoying my weekend off.
Good.
It's not often I get one of those. And how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little tired from all the driving, but I'll wake up.
Oh, just so you know, you might want to turn my volume down on your side because my voice comes through quite loud on your stream.
Okay. Um, that should be better.
Beautiful mess.
Hmm.
The code never turns out quite tidy in this, so
Oh, gotcha.
it ends up just being a complete mess of lines and chips and all sorts of things.
Is this game just on Steam?
Yeah, the demo should still be available free on Steam, but they are planning to go into a sort of more closed beta, I think it is, or closed alpha at least,
Okay.
um, which means that they're not going to be updating the demo as much anymore. If they do, they will sort of be very limited with it, whereas in the past I've been primarily working on the demo,
Gotcha.
and they have a Discord channel too.
Do your other friends hop in here normally?
Um, Sometimes they do if they spot anyone in the chat, and it's usually just me that's in the voice call. But it's actually been very infrequent as of late.
Gotcha.
I usually just jump in the voice chat on the hope that someone will spot me and go, "Oh, that's an invitation."
Yeah.
Seems like a very precarious position to be in.
Kind of. Yeah. I definitely abuse this game's physics when I can.
If it's
If it
available for the
means,
player to use, then it's not abusing the game.
yeah, especially if it means like saving time.
Of course.
Because, like, I'm not really trying to like speed run or rush through this game, but there's a lot of instances where it will take genuinely like 30 minutes, an hour to do a very simple thing.
It can get quite tedious.
Yes, and it's just like I can't be bothered.
That's perfectly fair.
This game does have a hardcore mode, but it's a little bit like too unfair.
I was going to say, how does a hardcore mode work in
Uh,
this?
um, so whenever you spawn a vehicle from your garage, it will always have been fully repaired and fully fueled. In hardcore mode, fuel is a limited resource, and you have to pay for it. But vehicles also double their fuel consumption, which is pretty brutal because there's a lot of vehicles which are already terrible with
Yeah, I
fuel
mean,
consumption.
I've seen you drive vehicles that have like 15 liters liters per minute consumption per second would be ridiculous.
Yes, it doubles all vehicles' fuel consumption, and um, you again you have to pay for fuel, so money is a finite resource, and that becomes very hard to manage. I'm sure it's fun if you are in the right headspace for that, but like I don't want to stress over that kind of thing.
No, that
Um,
makes sense. Yeah.
One of the other game rules are you cannot recover your vehicle if it gets stuck. You do have to like manually sort it out yourself, which I'm fine with that.
It does mean if you get yourself in a position where you genuinely just can't unstuck yourself, that's one vehicle gone.
Yes. I think the multiplayer is much more stable now, but when this game first launched a few years ago, there was lots and lots of clips on YouTube of in multiplayer people being sent into space
Yes,
because
I do
you'd
remember that.
collide and then it would take a second for the game to realize, oh, a lot of just silly stuff like that.
Yeah, it's one of those. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, space?
Yes.
They're going to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism
Yes. Yet.
yet. Mhm. So, what game do you think you're going to be going on to next after you've finished your Snowrunner campaign? What's going to be your next milestone thing to achieve?
Um, like, you mean to stream or just to play?
Honestly, either.
Um, well, I'm nowhere near finishing SnowRunner itself. Uh, so the game is broken up into regions. So like right now I'm in North Carolina, and I still have at least half of them I haven't touched, as well as three
Oh,
new ones.
quite a
So
bit to
I
do
have a
then.
long ways to go. It's just I'm very close to finishing this particular region.
Hmm.
Um, I was kind of thinking of streaming later on today. Some more Monster Hunter Rise. I haven't played it in a
Hmm.
couple months. Um, and it's a game that Krypha likes to play.
I have vaguely heard about it.
Yeah, I'm not normally a fan of that kind of game, but he kind of got me into it.
It's definitely a game that is better with friends, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. That's mostly why I haven't played it a lot, at least by myself.
Hmm.
What about you?
Um, well, at the moment, my big push for um, completionism or something is one of the Minecraft mod packs that I recently got back into. Um, not played Minecraft in ages until about 2 or 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I picked up the Terra Firma Greg mod pack.
Oh, yes, I
Um,
remember you mentioning that.
mm, it would have been probably a decade ago when the original Terra Firma Craft mod itself came out, which is basically. Are you familiar with the YouTuber? Oh God, what's the name? Oh God, I can't remember what the name of the guy is now, or the channel. He does um, videos about primitive technology. That's the name.
Oh, yes, I know
Um,
that channel.
yeah, I don't know actually know where he is, whether he's in like the Australian wilderness or something. Um, just literally primitive technology, making mud bricks and forges and charcoal and huts and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like that, like you're following his footsteps, but you go from you have nothing and you're banging rocks together to make tools, all the way through to um, metallurgy, alloys, and the beginnings of industry. But then the mod pack takes that and then sort of fuses it with the very technologically advanced mod pack called Greg Tech, which basically takes you from that point all the way up until you're exploring the star systems and you're using stargates and things like that. I think. I have not
That's
got
very
that
cool.
far. At the moment, I am at the point of I've made a house which looks ish, and I have what am I currently on? I have progressed to steel, um, but I'm still in the terra firma craft side of things. I'm still pre-industrial, so it's gonna take a while.
I have to look. What is... Um... I was playing a Minecraft mod pack for like a month or so, and it was pretty fun, but I got burnt out because it felt like a mod pack more suited to playing with people. Because
Yeah,
there's
I mean
so
to be fair, quite a
much
lot of them can.
tech and stuff in it.
Mm.
Um... Prominence. Prominence
Mm.
2 is the mod pack. And it's essentially a mod pack that, um, it's both, um, adds a lot of mythological, like, creatures, new locations to explore, lots of different, tech mods, as well as different dimensions and stuff. It's a little bit of everything. Um,
Uh,
and I
oh
like it
yeah, I see.
because you can build, like, factories and trains and stuff, and, like, automate things.
Hmm.
Um, but boy, does it get convoluted fast. Like the building crafting recipes, and I kind of got burnt out, like I said, because it's like there's so much stuff to do. Playing it with friends would help a lot because
Mm.
then it would feel like you're having like a shared goal, building stuff and like collecting resources. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely understand that. That's why I've kind of wanted to get some of the other lads local to join in with the Minecraft thing that I've been doing. But to be fair, I actually also need to figure out how I'd sort that out. I have never set up a Minecraft server. No idea how easy it would be to actually set up one with the mod pack and
Yeah.
things like that. So it would still
No,
take some
I don't
time to
blame
do.
you. And I have looked into, um there's like server hosting websites that'll do it for you for Minecraft, but it gets
Yeah.
expensive very quickly. Because, like, the bigger the mod pack, and if you're going to have multiple people, the servers will need a lot more, like, RAM.
Yeah.
And that adds up very quickly when renting a server. The other mod pack I like a lot is RL Craft.
Mm.
It's, like, notoriously one of the hardest mod packs there is. I don't think it's that hard. But it does like to troll the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've seen other people play it. It doesn't seem like the kind of one that I would enjoy, just because it's messy, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
There's a
it
lot
kind
of
of is.
like,
I think my favorite thing in Minecraft mods is when it adds new places to explore, new dungeons and new structures.
mm,
Because that's partly my favorite part about Minecraft is exploring. And
yeah,
vanilla Minecraft is good, but there's really not that many structures you can find. Um, and I do enjoy building. I haven't played it in a while, but I have a long-term shared Minecraft realm where I've just been adding
Mhm.
on bits and pieces for years. Have you ever played Starbound?
And yes, a long time ago.
Okay. Uh, I've been into it for quite a bit, but like in on and off over the years, and I find it pretty fun. But again, I kind of I lose focus, and then I'm like I'm not sure what to do now.
Hmm. Yeah, it's been a very long time since I played that.
I tried to give Stardew Valley a chance, but I couldn't really get into it.
I played Starbound in 2016 and Stardew Valley last in 2022.
Do you like Stardew Valley?
Um, I like the concept, but I'm a bit of an optimizer, which ruins the fun of Starbound. Stardew Valley.
Gotcha.
Um, what I'll end up doing, even if I tell myself not to, is oh, I can buy some seeds from this shopkeeper and I can plant them on the farm. Okay, which ones give me the best return on investment? Okay, let me get a calculator and a spreadsheet out, and and then
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
like being
playing the game
efficient.
anymore. Yeah, and the thing is, I know that I'm ruining my own fun, but I can't help it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, as long as you're enjoying yourself.
True. I did end up playing through like one in-game year, I think it was,
Okay.
and I was working through trying to complete the uh, I forgot what it's called now, the village hall thing, and restoring that, but I never really managed to get very far with it.
Yeah, I didn't get far either. I wasn't a fan of the farming aspect. I like farming in games. I just wasn't a fan of how it was implemented, and I don't
Hmm.
like the how limited your I guess energy is, like
Yeah,
having to sleep constantly.
I have to admit I have had like that sort of irk about games where they put an artificial limit on you. Even though if you don't have limits, then there's often no challenge or there's less incentive to think about what you're doing. You just do it, and it's like, oh, well, where's the gameplay? Um, but yeah, having that energy bar was always very restrictive, I found. But then again, I'm the kind of person, again, that would go, okay, I want to do as much as I can every single day, and there would never be enough snacks to eat to allow me to do it.
Yeah.
This road does look like some flatbed just had an explosion, doesn't it?
It does. I needed the trailer that that cargo was on, so I just knocked it onto the ground.
That feels very unnecessary.
What?
Just climbing up the side of a hill like that.
Oh, that's half the game. Is driving in places where you probably shouldn't be.
I mean, true, yeah, I get that. But it's still just, a 30-degree angle up a hill. Isn't there a road that you could take?
Um, yes, but it would take twice the time.
Ah, fair.
Oh, are you not playing your game anymore?
No, I finished the round now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to spy on you driving around.
Okay. Have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
I haven't, but everyone else in my group has.
Okay.
In fact, they're probably playing it tonight, right now.
I haven't played it in a few months. Um, I've actually really enjoyed it. It's my first game, uh, my first Baldur's Gate game. I was actually really impressed with how they've done the multiplayer with mods. Like, as long as everyone has the same mods, it just works.
Yeah, Larian's pretty good with that. Some of the mod process that they have isn't always the best, but as long as you do have things set up with the correct mods in the correct order kind of thing, then it, generally speaking, does just work.
Snowrunner as well does have a built-in mod browser, and
That's good.
it is compatible with the console versions as well. The consoles will have their own like limits on how many mods you can have installed, but you can actually filter to see what's compatible. So in multiplayer,
Mhm.
you can actually play with them together.
No, that's good.
And I
It's nice that
believe,
there's not just crossplay, but also modding support for not just PCs.
yeah. Um, right now I am playing on a Series X, and I just have a capture card to my computer.
Hmm.
Because this is where I started playing SnowRunner when it first came out. So this is where I've been investing money towards the season passes and stuff,
Yeah.
and I just haven't done that on the Steam version because it kind of adds up quick.
Yeah, it's annoying that you end up having to buy games on multiple devices. It's a shame that you can't just buy a game and it's on every device.
I would love that.
Yeah. If I ever get to be in control of my own publishing of games, then that's what I'm going to do. If I make it for multiple platforms, you buy it once, you can have it whenever.
Would you be interested in making multiplayer games or single player games, or both? I guess.
Uh, I wouldn't really have a preference, so I'd just make um, whatever I have the creative thoughts for, really, or whatever I find catches other people's interest. There's some things that I want to make, such as spiritual successors to old games I used to play, um,
Okay.
or recreations of them uh, in a more direct sense, just because either you can't access them anymore, or I feel like sometimes I dreamt them up because no one else knows about them, and I want to prove to people that they do exist.
Yeah.
um, but if I do end up making games like commercially, I'm going to say for profit, I suppose, but you know, properly, um, I'm probably going to focus on just making what I enjoy making, what I can do well, because I'd rather make a good game in the sense of produced properly with passion rather than cash grab kind of things where, oh, this is popular right now, I'm going to make a Five Nights spin off or something.
Yeah,
That's not saying that
absolutely.
all Five Nights spin offs are like cash grabs, but sometimes it has that feel.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's also why I'm, trying to get into the habit of signing up to multiple different game jams,
Yeah.
because if I can force myself to make a quick prototype of something, even if I don't like it, I've not wasted a lot of time. But if I do like it, it gives me the point where I'm no longer working with a blank canvas, and I'm like, oh, okay, I know what to do next, and I can drum up support for it.
Yeah, and plus doing the game jam gets your name out there.
It does. It helps if you do the game jam well, but
Yeah.
we'll see how I go. I was contemplating, since I'm gonna basically have a huge amount of free time after the end of next week. Well, yeah, next week. Um, I was contemplating getting my OBS stuff set up again so I can stream onto Twitch or YouTube or something. Um, Half for just doing games, but also for making games. Doing like coding, developing streams.
Yeah.
No idea what I would develop at this stage, but I'm sure there'll be something.
Have you ever played around with RPG Maker?
Oh God, yes. That would be uh, probably 12 years ago now. Last time I touched RPG Maker. Um, a friend of mine from work wanted to get into game development, and he found RPG Maker and said, "Can you come over and work with this on me? We'll have our own little studio and we'll make different things like this." And I was like, "Sure." He wasn't particularly good with programming, but he was able to make a lot of the maps and come up with the ideas, and then it was left down to me to implement a lot of the unusual things. So developing ice physics and stuff like that, or the specific scenarios and conditions for different attacks and abilities and sequences.
I've considered picking up RPG Maker, at least one of them, a few times, because during the Steam sales, they go on quite big discounts regularly.
Mm.
Um, I think the part that I would struggle the most with is coming up with like the actual designs of things.
Yeah, they
Like,
do have a lot of pre-made stuff from what I last remember. But if you wanted to get something that's a bit more unique in your own field, then you will have to create and design a lot of the visual aspects.
yeah, because I have a hard time sometimes imagining things. I'd have to see it physically
Mm.
to know generally whether I like it or not. Um, One of the things I've kind of given a try a few times is 3D modeling using
Mm.
Blender and other things like that.
Yeah, Blender's something I want to dabble with a bit more in the future, um, because it's going to be particularly helpful if I want to actually make games that don't just use primitive shapes.
Yeah, I tried making a few models in it, and I kind of was getting it, but I found it very overwhelming. And
Mm.
without something to directly like guide you along with what you're doing, it's pretty hard. Because I
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
try and make a asset or for VR chat,
Mm.
And also, my computer just was not happy running it. Because I also tried Unreal Engine.
Hmm. How are you going to go back and repair their fence, or at least give them a sorry for breaking your fence note?
Uh, no, unfortunately, the props will just vanish into the void.
Oh, yeah, it would be an awful lot of data to remember, that's for sure.
Yeah. Uh, hello, Var. Yes, this is QB.
Oh.
Why does he need an IOU? Oh, gotcha.
Huzzah.
Hmm?
You did the thing.
Oh, huzzah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell that they are in fact playing Baldur's Gate 3. I can hear Owen downstairs giggling like a child.
I see. I told him to join us, but he said he can't, and didn't elaborate.
Uh, who?
Squall?
Oh no, different Owen.
Oh, gotcha.
I should mention, yes, that is confusing. Uh, School is Owen, but we have another Owen. One's
Gotcha.
Owen and one's Owain in spelling.
Gotcha.
Um, so our other Owen, he's the one that's downstairs at the moment and is giggling like a child. Squall is in the room next door, being relatively quiet. So he might be the one that's being victimized, while the mischievous goblin downstairs is the one doing all the pranking.
Gotcha. Um, we could potentially hop over to Kryfa's Discord to be in voice chat together, unless you want to stay here.
Oh no, I'm happy to do that. I only jumped into the hub one because that's where I almost always stop, and I generally don't invade other voice chats unless I know I have permission to do so. I wasn't
Gotcha.
entirely sure.
Okay, I can do that real quick.
I'll
Um,
follow you.
hello.
Hello. You can't escape me. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
Oh no. Uh, we are on your Discord. And I just need to tell OBS that. Um,
Oh, I only just realised that I didn't have the chat window open. And Crive been chatting. I apologise for completely ignoring any chat messages.
that's okay. You were saying before you invited me to your Discord that your friends are all dinguses.
Yeah, the standard group that we have over here, um, they never mean any harm, but they each have their own quirks and can get on each other's nerves like no one else, it seems.
Gotcha.
So I was a bit, I don't want to say apprehensive about inviting you because you wouldn't fit in per se, but that they might just say something and you get the wrong impression about them.
Gotcha.
Um, we got Fridge, who thinks he's right about everything and refuses to tell anyone why he's called Fridge. We got Medley, who can be a bit socially awkward. That's not a knock against him. He's just, I guess, very much more an introvert than anyone else. And we've got Owen that can be very blunt. The Owen, not Squall. And now if they watch this, they know that I've called them out. So I might be in trouble.
Okay, Bar, no worries. He's eating, and then he'll join us.
Mm-hmm. There appear to be an awful lot of different vehicles.
Yes. The vehicles are all broken down into different types and classes, like highway, heavy duty, heavy, off-road, and scout. Um,
Hmm.
Besides scout, there's not a great deal of difference, like in terms of capability. Some vehicles are a lot better than others, but like generally they'll all do the job. Um, it kind of more comes down to preference or um, the amount of add-ons a particular vehicle might have, or if it does something better than the others. I like
I could
these
see myself getting a
Zigs.
bit overwhelmed with that.
Oh yeah, you don't need to own. You could own just one vehicle. It um
Now that appeals to my lazy attitude towards these kind of games. Oh, there's too much choice. I'm just going to do one and be stubborn about it.
I mean that's totally fair. I don't really like the scout vehicles for the most part. Mostly because um they're so small that driving down a lot of roads, they kind of get bounced around from side to side and have a tendency
Hmm.
of rolling over. Um, which gets old quick, especially if
I
you're
imagine they're
trying to
mostly
accomplish
useful
something.
for actually scouting the area and not, like revealing parts of the map.
Yeah, that's the idea behind them, but a lot of them aren't great. I mean, some are. Like this APC thing is actually good because it's wide. It's like the same
Oh
width
yeah.
as a normal vehicle. Um,
Oh yes. Scout vehicle. Looks
yes.
armored to me.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. I'm waiting for food to cool down, so you get to
Okay.
deal with me early.
Good.
Hello, QB.
Hello, Cryfer. Speaking of, is that how I should pronounce it and refer to you?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, no. It's a whole dumb. I've complained about the decisions that I've made in my past earlier with creating an alias. It's like, isn't your alias's actual name Variga? Why are you going by Cryfoot? That's the middle name. Why are you confusing?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. My original alias was the letters QB and then Alchemist, as you saw somewhere else. I think it was in the stream chat before.
Yeah.
But there was a particular user 10 years ago that turned it into the word QB. I was like, who's that? That's you, QB, QB. Oh, okay, I'll use that as my username from now on.
Yay. Eri wants to know what your specs are for your current PC. Silver.
Um, Ryzen 5 5600G, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and an RX 5500 GPU. It's a pre-built, like entry-level one. I upgraded the RAM and the storage, and that's about it. That's all you can kind of do with it.
Yeah.
It gets the job done.
Mine.
Hmm?
I think that outpowers mine.
I can't play most newer games, and that's mostly because this graphics card only has 4 gigabytes of VRAM.
Yeah.
But I don't really play most newer games, so it kind of works out. Anyway.
No, I think just graphical specs in general have started getting ridiculous.
Yep.
It's like, here's 18K textures. We'll only render 3 of them. 3K or just 3 textures?
Yes.
Where Ubisoft, you might not know.
You wouldn't believe how much difficulty I have trying to convince my students that, hey, just because a game looks pretty doesn't mean that it's a good game, or that you should be trying to replicate that.
Yeah.
Some of the best games are still pixel games.
I had a class where I was trying to teach them the concept of user feedback. So essentially UI and using audio, video, rumble and controls, things like that. Anything that tells the player what's going on in the game, what the game state is.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'll give them a really simple example. I'll use Pac-Man, the original Pac-Man for arcade machines.
Mm-hmm.
What's the UI? What's the feedback? I put a video of it from YouTube on the board, and immediately half of them didn't know what the game was, and the other half thought that I made it up in some way or something like that. They just didn't seem to grasp the concept of this was a game.
Yeah. Yeah. You should have threw them for an absolute snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nokia Snake.
Nokia Snake. Just like, you made that up. Like, no, that was like a pre-installed game on a brick phone.
No rules of fun. Oh, and that brick phone, a week's battery time while playing the game.
Yeah.
Minimum.
I mean, I could have shown him Dwarf Fortress. Just all the ASCII.
I haven't. I'm actually scared of Dwarf Fortress. I've only seen the horror stories of it. It's like, oh, that looks so fun, but that is terrifying.
I downloaded it. I've downloaded like the I'm gonna say original version, the one before it got the graphical update on Steam.
You got the original version. That's 35 kilobytes.
Yeah, but I've never played it. I downloaded it. I was going, yeah, I'll give it a go one day, and I started watching a YouTube video on how to, the basics to get started. Make a small hole in the wall, some rooms, some beds, doors, things like that. And I was like, that's 2 hours long. I'm so intimidated. I never played it.
Yeah, a lot of my stories are back in high school because that was when a lot of my socialization was. Because I've already complained about being a little busy bee outside of my will. Yeah. I don't like talking about farming stories half the time, so. But
I'll try and make you not to.
Nah. I'll just avoid it. But when Dwarf Fortress was second becoming popular around 2012, I had some friends that were playing it. And they were all bragging up like, oh, I had a world that lasted 3 days. I was like, what?
Did they start in a haunted biome or something?
I don't know.
Are you familiar with what a haunted biome is, by the way?
I'm assuming it has ghosts?
Not quite.
I'm assuming zombies can happen there?
So, there are, just generally indoor fortress, regardless of where you set up, there is like these mythical creatures, of course, and some of them can be quite legendary, and they have their own descriptions, which are really cool. But a haunted biome, and I'm probably going to get some of this wrong, because again, ages since I've seen it, and I've never actually played it. Anything you kill has a chance per day or per hour or something, some in-game tick, to reanimate itself. So if you, let's say, slaughter a pig so you can, make meat out of it, make food out of it.
Yeah.
Before you finish, that processing that pig, it can come back to life as an aggressive entity and kill your dwarves. But it's not just like, oh, it's part of a corpse. If you leave a scrap of leather on the ground, that can reanimate. You have to completely pulverize things to make sure they do not reanimate. It's a challenge, so I've heard.
Yes. They might have been talking IRL days. If we're talking about bragging. It's like, okay, well, I don't know. They were really good. They all enjoyed gaming. I was moving pipe feeding cows.
You're just gaming IRL.
Oh my, yeah, no. See, while they were playing Harvest Moon, I was truly harvesting until the new moon.
You were harvesting until the new moon and moving a lame pipe. I stood at the way of the grain.
I stood at the way of the grain. Actually, I did the math when I first... So I've had to have toenail surgery on both my big toes. Just ingrown toenails, bad problem, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, on my first surgery thing, where they went back, cut it in, blah, 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 I mentally did the math, and I've walked 70,000 miles just moving hand pipe. Yeah. And I wonder why my knees are fucked.
Yeah, that would have an effect, I imagine.
Slight effect.
Also, I can sympathise with the ingrown toenail thing. I suffer with that as well.
Yeah.
Probably nowhere near as bad as you did, considering your manual labour is far more intensive than mine, no doubt.
Well, the toenail stuff was just recently, this year, within this year frame. So, it's just like, oh, okay, well that's new and very inconvenient and painful. It's like, okay, what registers as pain to you? It's like, it's irritating.
Okay, what registers as pain to you? Well, let me demonstrate. Punch.
It feels like someone is trying to rip into me every time. And it's like, oh, wait, that's irritating to you? I'm in a constant state of pain. Like, when I talk to my doctors about it, like, well, how's your pain levels? Like, sitting at about a 4. I don't know what that constitutes to other people, though.
Yeah, pain is one of those weird things.
I am constantly aware of the positions of my bones. That is not a good thing.
That sounds like one of those wizard duel spells. Yeah. I
Yeah.
cast manual breathing. I cast total bone awareness.
That's total bone awareness. And some of my organs. It's like, oh, my intestines are not happy with that one. But I think that's normal. If an anomaly happens in your digestive tract, I think becoming aware of your organs is normal, so.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's why I don't write that one in. It's like, I mean, I know what my lungs are doing right now. It's like, your lungs? Yeah. But right now we're talking about bones.
Let's get back on track. Bones.
Bones. Delicious. Marrow.
Are there any upcoming games you're excited about?
Oh, yeah. QB.
Oh, is that to me?
Yes.
I hope so.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Upcoming games. You know what? I'm not actually sure if there are. Not because there aren't any interesting games, but because I've not been keeping in the loop very well.
Same. I haven't.
I don't
been paying
have any
attention at
modern
all.
consoles yet. At least not to myself.
Yeah.
PC-wise, my PC isn't really good enough like yours to play modern games properly, at least. So I usually just stick with the older style games.
You could probably play Monster Hunter Rise. It was built to run on the Switch.
It sounds like I'm being recruited.
Well, okay, so I'm just a big Monster Hunter action game nerd. Once I got into video gaming, it's like, oh, I like this style. I like it a lot. And then it was downhill from there. I lost my job. I had to move states. Oh wait, no, it was reverse order.
So is that a result of Monster Hunter? Or...
No. I'm just things running in tandem of each other.
Yeah, I think the only thing I know about Monster Hunter is Joe Cat's guides to, and the one meme with Jack Black on one of the American talk show things. He's got this plastic saxophone. He just starts.
The Saxaboom, I think it's called.
Yeah, saxoboom, and they made a meme of that where he's actually playing the horn for Monster Hunter, and he's giving a load of buffs and just starts going off on one. Which, admittedly, makes me want to try the horn if I ever get into it, but apparently it's not the greatest thing unless you're very good at it.
It's gone through a lot of iterations, so the horn variant so the version that they have in Monster Hunter Rise is very streamlined. So you only get 3 buffs that you can run between, and on top of that, self-improvement buff. So yeah, 4 buffs technically.
Everyone needs some self-improvement.
Exactly. Everyone needs some self-reflection. Some people more than others. Me looks in the mirror. Okay, now do that internally. Shit.
Also, can I just say that that was the most unusual way of flipping that vehicle back on its wheels.
Yeah, I couldn't get enough momentum to pull it over back onto the road. So I just found another way.
I'm sure the stuff on the back isn't that delicate.
No. And it's a good thing it doesn't have its own health. I mean, the vehicle does, but not the equipment on it.
Does the next game? What is it? What's the sequel to this one that they're just barely coming out with?
Well, they just came out with Roadcraft.
Roadcraft. Okay. Spiritual successor.
I want to see a version of Snowrunner, but it's Volcano Runner in the style of that one scene where the characters in Dante's Peak are trying to drive over a lava flow. I think that'll be entertaining.
What
the
in
game
Hot
has
Wheels
crashed.
are you talking about? Oh no.
Yeah,
This is
it's
a
been
shame.
doing this a lot lately.
Yeah.
Or could it be the heat?
but it's not particularly hot today.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How's the Xbox's circulation, or are you on PC?
No, this is on console. It's right next to me. I mean, it's giving off its normal heat.
Okay.
It's. I mean, the
Yeah, if I
top
just
is
wait for
always
half-
hot, but
Yeah.
it's not like any different. I don't know. I think that region might have memory issues because there's a lot of areas where the textures will go back and forth between the like textures that's supposed to load from a faraway distance in the high res. There's a couple spots where they go back and forth and they've never really fixed it. So it's probably something having to do with that.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go take out my dishes because I was able to eat while talking.
You
No, while
consume-
listening. Fortunately, I'm a fast eater. Whether that's a good thing or not.
It's useful.
It's useful if you grew up always having to go from one thing to another.
Or if you had siblings.
Fortunately, my parents did not tolerate siblings stealing others' food.
Ah, that's good.
Mm-hmm. So, BRB.
The amount of red on that platform thing reminds me of the destructible objects from Just Cause.
Oh, yes.
Just imagining flying around it in a wingsuit, just blowing it up. That might be some of the backstory. You know, that's the reason why everything's so messed up and you need to repair it. It's because What's-His-Face has gone through and just blown everything up.
Yeah, that's something I've always thought was weird in this game. There'll be lots of quests to like fix bridges and things like that, but there's never any quests to like repair roads or clean up after disasters. That's kind of what the newest game that just came out like a few weeks ago is about, Roadcraft. But I've been watching reviews and stuff, and the game is only like mediocre, unfortunately. It has a lot of problems with bad AI, and like poor performance. But I do want to play it because it's based on this game, like the engine and everything.
Yeah, I can imagine like the. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna make a joke. You actually have insight. I'm just a quip asshole. So it's like, oh yeah, it's based on what?
To be fair, I was going to say, oh, it's based. No. No, I was going to say, I could see the interests of like actually repairing or improving roads and infrastructure, not just repairing, you know, relatively random buildings and other bits of equipment, because that way you can invest your time into making your life easier as you go. You know, you repair some of the roads, which makes it easier to get to other places to then repair those and give you access to new resources, etc., etc. So a circular loop, as it were.
Yeah, and one of the reasons I was interested in it in the first place is it does actually have some management elements to it. Like, you can lay down a road anywhere, but you need to do it correctly in steps. Like, you need to clear debris, you need to put down sand or some sort of base to work with. Then you actually have to pave it and, like, make the ground flat. Like, there's actually quite a bit to it. You can use...
But what about Acapello? Wait, no, that's the wrong one. I was thinking, it's the other A one, and it actually is a... Actually, it's a sound group in music.
I think you can do it anywhere.
Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can do the road stuff anywhere on the map, as much as you want.
Alto! There we go!
Oh,
Little
alto.
dumbass forgets what alto is. Yeah, like, okay, yeah, you can lay down some bass, but what about some alto? What about some treble?
I see.
What about tambourines 1 and 2?
Oh,
And snare?
crap.
Hi, welcome to me being in chat.
Took me so long to forget. I have a background in music, and it took me ages to figure out what you were talking about. Alto? What's alto? Is that a different type of tarmac or something?
Sometimes. You could say it ties everything together some days. Also, Silver, are you going to be just playing with Snowrunner, or are...
I was planning on playing this to like complete everything because I only have
Okay.
this plus 2 more quests left, and then I was gonna play Rise.
Okay. Well, that just throws it. If you're playing Rise, and I don't know how long do you think the quests are going to be?
Assuming it doesn't keep crashing and I don't keep rolling over, probably not too bad. Because right now I have to go to these areas, like in the top right, it's like, go to this area, this certain meters away, and I just have to do a, like a ground scan.
Okay.
And there's another quest where it's the same thing, and then the other quest is just delivering water places, and that's pretty quick. An hour, maybe?
Pretty quick, an hour, okay. I was gonna say, like, pretty quick means very little. Again, to complain about my past, because apparently that's like 50% of my genre. Also, thank you for the engagement, someone. Pretty quick. Like, I've had times where I was driving in a tractor for a pretty quick job, and that still took 6 hours. I also did a pretty quick survival run in Warframe, which then I accidentally went on for 4 hours. Because I just got the ball rolling in the right direction in that survival run. It's like, oh hell yes! It's been 4 hours.
Even today, going to the hospital to get the meds for my mom was supposed to be quick, and it ended up being almost 4 hours.
Yeah. See, this is why I sleep during the day.
Well, it was raining quite heavily on and off the whole time.
Okay. In that case, then yeah, I'll launch a Rise.
I would jump in to help you with Snowrunner, but 1, I don't have it installed, and 2, I wouldn't trust myself to not park all your vehicles in trees.
I mean, that's okay. One thing I do like is you can drive each other's vehicles. I mean, it'd be weird if you couldn't, but still.
Yeah.
No, my truck. Hands off.
I'm sure there are people who are like that.
My 4x4.
I got it in this hole. I'm gonna get it out eventually.
Yeah.
One of these days. Like, hey, do you still have that scout vehicle in the middle of the lake? You
What's it
ever gonna
doing
recover that?
What's it doing there? Oh, it's scouting Loch Ness Monster.
No. This is Maryland. We're in America.
Oh.
Whoops.
I was going to say, actually, on the map, there's a small section in the middle where there's a void of the map because it's in the middle of a lake. And I was going to have a bit of a rib saying, why haven't you explored the whole area yet? You know, you're still missing some sections.
Yeah, just get a submarine.
Oh, over here.
Well, it might not be on this map, it might be on another one.
I still haven't gone in this area down here.
No, but I think it was like the other zone of this
right
region
here.
or something. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I have no way of getting out there.
Oh, of course. It's impossible. It's unreasonable to do that. But I don't know. Where there's a will, there's a
On that
way.
ferry that's just going right by it right now.
But that's a stationary object. And there's a good chance it probably doesn't even have collision.
There's a good chance it doesn't even exist.
If an object you can't reach is sitting somewhere but in view, does it have collision? Does the developer put collision on it?
I don't know.
I don't know for this developer. I know that certain other developers do not do that. Looking over at Form Software. And it's like, oh, look, that thing's out of reach. Yeah, so it doesn't have a collider. There is a 50% chance that if you got up to it somehow, you would walk straight through it.
And speedrunners will thank you for that.
And speedrunners will.
Yeah, this just seems unsafe.
No, it's controlled chaos.
Back in my day, I took hills like that in a Ford F-150 built in 1973, hauling a trailer full of cattle and buzzsaw blades.
In
The
the winter,
goal was
both
to
ways.
not in the winter both ways during a thunderstorm.
With
And
my
the goal
feet on
was
the
to
wheel.
not have hamburger by the time I was at the bottom. Rise has been launched. Gotta detect the window.
Most vehicles in this game are like officially licensed, name brand stuff. But for some reason, the Russian vehicles are all generic. Like they're quite clearly the real vehicles, but they just use a fake name.
I've always found it a bit weird whenever game companies decide to go with licensed vehicles or things like that. I kind of understand, especially if it's something like oh, now I'm going to try and think of an example and I can't think of one. A racing game that's designed around being realistic, you want to have realistic vehicles. I get that, but that costs more because you have to license the name. Why would you not just make it generic?
Looking over at Transformers. That looks like an exit thing. Ah, yes.
Well,
Close
one of
enough.
my favourite racing games from back in the day was the Burnout series, and they don't have named licensed cars. They just have like sports, coupe, and various other categories. And inside of that, they just have the same kind of named vehicles, so you have an upgrade structure.
Yeah.
At least depending on which game you played, like they have various different schemes. But that worked. I didn't need to know that my car was similar to I don't know, Ford F-150 or something, or it was similar to a Prius or whatever.
Yeah.
I just cared that it went fast and it hit other car.
I do like having the licensed vehicles, but I get what you mean. It is a lot cheaper.
Of
And
course,
then
it is down to a matter of personal taste, so...
I think a lot of companies have relaxed on it, but I know for a long time, racing games weren't allowed to show damage on licensed vehicles.
Oh god, yeah, that.
Because, like, oh no, someone might think you could get hurt in our car, or I don't know.
Heaven forbid.
Or something
The
might
shot
break on
that
this
the
car.
simulates consequences. Heaven forbid that.
I mean, you'd think that the alternative would be worse. You know,
Yeah.
oh, I've crashed with this licensed car, but it took no damage. Therefore, I've now believed that this car can take no damage, and I can have a real crash with no consequences.
To quote... that's a game that I actually do want to play. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. To quote that game, I'm fucking invincible!
Yeah, like a lot of the early 2000s racing games, the most damage you could do were scratches.
Mm.
That's why I get such a kick out of like BeamNG.
Yeah, I was just about to say BeamNG just... Oh, I'm going to drive along here. Oh, my car's become a pancake.
Oh, time to activate sun gravity.
I love the activating sun gravity on things. Like, here's what this vehicle would do on different planets. And you get to sun gravity, it just crumbles. Just, oh yes, the aluminum can.
The molten aluminum can. Very quickly becomes a plasma if it was on the sun. I think my earliest introduction of gravity-based humour was actually from the original Carmageddon on PC, because that actually had a limited amount of damage deformation on vehicles, and it also had power-ups that you could find, and I never played the game to complete it or win, because I don't think anyone did. I played it to have chaos, and I one day found a Jupiter gravity pickup, which crippled not only my car and my opponents, but also my younger self in just fits of laughter. I could not control myself.
I've never
And the
played
best thing is,
the
that power-up was
original
always available at
Carmageddon.
the top as well.
That it was a PC game, right?
What was that, sorry?
I was saying I've never played the original Carmageddon. It was a PC game, right?
I think it's been on consoles as well, but the version I played was on PC. I can't remember if it was like the original Carmageddon or whether it was one of the sequels / spin-off kind of things, but it's definitely a Carmageddon game. Again, my memory for the actual games that I played, I know I've played them, but I couldn't tell you the actual titles of half of them.
My first time seeing like the concept of Carmageddon was the Carmageddon mod for Grand Theft Auto 4.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Panda. And yes, the return of Rise. Silver wanted to play Rise, and it's like, alright.
Hello, Panda.
I'm sorry, Panda. We're not going to be able to hunt together tonight.
But Panda has Rise on PC.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's played with us before.
I'm sorry, Panda. I'm not allowing you to hunt with us tonight, apparently. Because of an arbitrary decision I made in the past that only would affect me.
The consequences of my own actions.
Oh my hell. I think that's still like the tag underneath my Discord name.
Oh, really?
Played generously, merely streams my... Ah, okay.
Yep, I have fact-checked you, and you are correct. It is your Discord
Well,
note.
well. It isn't the consequences of my own actions.
Hello, Panda. It goes pretty good. We have a new friend in voice chat.
Yes, QB
Hello,
has
Panda.
decided to accept an invite from Silver, and now I'm invading on their conversation. They were having a really good in-depth conversation, and then I came in with caffeine and chaos and derailed the entire thing.
No, it's
In
good.
fairness, I feel like the invader here. You know, the red spirits that come into Dark Souls. It was what,
I'm a purple
24
spirit.
hours that I first talked to you, Rifer, and now I'm in a voice chat with you while you're streaming. So
Ah.
now my voice is polluting your stream.
Oh no. Well, you better get to singing. And none of that copyrighted shit.
Oh, alright. Okay, now I'm screwed. This voice was not made for singing.
I used to be able to sing, and then I inhaled some weed killer when I was a little younger and spraying weeds and shit like that, and that fucked up my larynx. And I never got into the vocal practice to recover properly. I'm pretty certain that I could still keep a hell of a baritone if I went back into practicing. But haven't. Should. Haven't.
Yeah. I never really got into singing, like, just to, singing along with songs or anything, because I never liked my vocal range. I could always and I would always end up not being able to hit some of the low notes. So I'd have to sing an octave higher, but then I wouldn't be able to hit the high notes. So I was always flipping between octaves, which was
I
just
have.
felt terrible.
I've always had no middle range.
Ah.
Yeah. I can do high.
So what
And
you're
I-
saying is between the two of us, if we combine, if we Dragon Ball Z fusion, that we have one reasonable singing voice.
I don't know. I'd have to match your power level. Yeah.
Well, that shouldn't be too
Panda's
difficult.
voting on their 15-minute chat ban. Wait, what did you do to? Oh, Panda, what did you do to deserve a chat ban?
That surprises me. Panda's normally really, like, respectful.
I know. That's like, yeah, I've had to ban Frackety for like, I think a total of 30 seconds.
Well, that's Frackety.
Yeah, that's Frackety. He's horny on main, and he has an excuse for it half the time. But it's like, oh, hold on.
Banning faculty for being frickety.
Exactly. Situation normal. It's like,
Status nominal.
it's like, you are very, very perverse. Stat. Not even like a hammer, just a sticky note.
You just threw that proverbial slice of cheese on their face.
Yes. Just, that was fun, learning how to throw cards. I need to get back into that practice. Because you
Why
can
are
throw
you throwing
cards.
cards?
The way that you can throw cheese, you can also throw playing cards that way. Extra accuracy. Just...
Oh, okay, sorry. I was very confused. I thought you were implying that we were throwing cards face first, not edge on, to try and land them on people's faces like you would with a slice of American cheese.
Well, see, the best way to get stick is to go corner to other corner and just have it lie down. And the best way to do that is throw it like a playing card.
Ah.
Yeah.
You see, this is where I have never tried this. I am learned from the, I don't know, the academic sources I see online from cat videos.
Yeah, but that's low range. We're talking about long range. We're talking about crossing the entire auditorium just to get one person. Just like, that motherfucker right there.
You deserve to be lactose.
Behold, fermentation.
Yes, I deliver onto you bovine lactation.
Oh, I'm too corrupted for that. Not my thing, but god damn it.
Are you lactose intolerant?
I lactose and I'm taller than an ant, yes. Red scroll gives me all that.
I could see myself getting very lost, as in a good way, lost in the level of detail with all these different suits of armor and upgrades and items and equipment and things like that in Monster Hunter.
No, yeah.
Oh, I hated it at first.
See that
It
tiny
was
little
so
bar?
overwhelming. I
That's-
still
That's
struggle
the
with
scroll
the game.
bar. Here we go. We are still going. Halfway there. Almost. And done.
Wasn't that a fun trip, kids?
Hold on. What do you mean? There's multiple tabs of armor. And each armor has 5 components. And each component has a skill. And sometimes when you get into the later ranks, actually all the time when you get into the later ranks, armor slots, which can hold decorations. And decorations can have skills. This is hell!
Yeah, and when he says decorations, it doesn't mean, oh, fabulous. Decoration as in, like,
No.
changing,
Accessory
like,
slots.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
accessory slots. Come on.
because for a while, whenever he'd say decorations, I was like, oh, you're making your armor prettier or something?
No, that's layered armor. Don't you know the difference that was never brought up to you beforehand?
Monster Hunter
Even.
is terrible at explaining things to you.
Oh my. True. But, yeah. Okay, so what was I doing with this? Hello, Blue.
Hello, Blue.
Oh yeah, I was... Okay, so... Yeah, I just need to change equipment. Kind of sad I'm not going to be using the Virtue armor. It's a fun armor, but if I'm going to be setting up something to take on Special Investigation Shigaru Magala, then I am going to just need to focus on crit. That'd be pretty easy, though, just doing that.
Well, you know what they always say: dress for the job you want.
Is that what they say?
Is that why I'm a furry?
Yeah.
I don't want to pay taxes?
No, you want to take on these massive creatures, apparently.
Ah.
I mean, just imagine walking into an office job like that. It doesn't exactly scream, "I am here to do your taxes."
My armor pigment's a bit off. There we go.
Ooh.
I am here to pay taxes. Actually, I think if I switch this to, I think it's dark blue, black, I'm gonna go to the waist and then grab dark blue, black, that. I can make this extra silly. Oh, I got the colors backwards.
Nice.
Let's do this! Doesn't fix the armor that I'm having, so I'm gonna have to switch that up. Also, I already have latent power on this, so I'm gonna switch it to something else. What does my armor give?
Yep, I am on to the water delivery thing, and then one more scan quest, and I'm done.
Okay.
Looks like a very high-tech vehicle.
I think it's supposed to be like an airport fire truck.
That was an interesting place to have a gap. Just... I think it's supposed to be an airport. Oh, okay.
Well, this is a
Boost
dam,
latent
but
power, stun resistance.
I need to consume all the water.
Special ammo boost has my augmentation. What the heck? Stun resist, latent power.
Are you working towards a particular armor set?
I need to go for a full crit up set. So last time I played Monster Hunter Rise, I managed to beat basically the hardest monster in this game, which is Special Investigation Risen Shigaru Magala. It's bullshit. It is a bullshit monster. End all. Just that's the end of it. Skirt tall. Maximum might. Okay. I'm just
Give me just a second.
trying to put together a armor set for me. Ooh, yeah, if I put on Berserk with recovery up. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep the Berserk one in mind. Weakness Exploit is also really, really good. Maximum and Blessing. But if I'm running Heaven Sent, Divine Blessing isn't going to be as... See, that's the fun part about being super late game in Monster Hunter, is going through the sheer list of things that you've collected throughout the entire game and be like, what works? What am I
Just
doing here?
going into a restaurant, perusing a menu. What would I like today?
Exactly. If I use Berserk, then I'm not going to be using Dragon Conversion because they work on different attack states, basically. Rise did a weird thing where, in the Master, like in the end game, they separated your attack state between a red state and a blue state. Berserk activates on blue state and increases your crit chance and elemental damage accordingly, by proximity of how much health you have in conjunction to your maximum health. Whereas Dragon Conversion works off of your elemental resistances from your armor, but it only activates on red state.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming then it's not advisable to sort of dabble in both.
Yeah. There's no point in dabbling in both. There is another one called Furious that has some pretty interesting applications for Dragon Conversion and Berserk, because it has separate activations for each side.
Hmm.
Yeah, but kicks and giggles, I'm going to put Berserk on. And also, you don't have to equip full armor sets. You can go through and just be like, oh, well,
Mix and match.
this helmet has critical eye. I want this one. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I better take off the layered armor so it makes sense for people. It's confusing to do that when you have the layered armor equipped. For me, I'm fine. I can just read it out. And then this is like, oh, well, this has Heaven Sent, Crit Boost, and Stun Resist. Well, I want Heaven Sent, so we're going to keep that. Heaven Sent, Latent Power Maximum Might, Heaven Sent. Okay, so I can replace the Waste with something.
I am back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Elemental
Cora lost a
Exploit?
whisker.
Oh no, not a whisker.
Although I think that does happen.
Oh, I mean layered equipment, aren't I? No, I'm in standard, okay. So, I can replace that, but just barely. You know what, Strife is also really good to have on hand. So that gets me 4 levels of critical eye. I've maxed out my dragon attack by something. What's maxing out my dragon attack?
Mr.
Oh, pre-existing
QB.
decorations. You, Mr. Cube, why are you awesome?
Excuse me. Well, if I had to put a pin in it, it's because I like to help people. That's the only thing I can think of.
Wrong answer.
Oh shit. Why is it then?
I don't know, but that's just the wrong answer.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do better next time.
Intrepid Heart.
Do you enjoy the Elder Scrolls games or Fallout?
I'm sorry. I don't know which one to respond to first. The Elder Scrolls thing or the Firing Squad thing that I've just seen. I'm not really that much into the Elder Scrolls games just because I find it difficult to get into that theme and style of game. I think
Okay.
the one I played the most was actually um, Skyrim. But I very quickly got kind of bored with it because I ended up ruining the fun for myself by just playing a stealth archer constantly.
Gotcha.
And in response to the firing squad, yeah, I can see how that would happen.
Oh, no, I was saying Fallout.
No, Blue Alien in Cryfish chat said that I should now be executed by firing squad for getting the wrong answer.
Oh,
It's
We're
harsh,
good people
but
here.
fair.
Okay, no. Well, actually, Crisis would work a little bit. I'll keep that in mind. Do I have... Oh, good, I have one level of element exploit already. Okay. There are some times where, like, a skill will have multiple levels, but it's just expedient to have one level in that skill because of how much more of a buff it gives versus, like, elemental exploit is it gives that's the one problem with in this game is you have to tab all the way out to check your things.
Yeah, so the
God
jump
damn it.
between 0 and 1 is
Yeah.
significantly more useful than 1 to 2.
Yeah, like this has 3 levels on it, and 0 to 1 is 10% extra elemental damage, but
Mm.
1 to 3 is 15. So you're only gaining an extra 5%. And this is a very expensive skill slot-wise to put in. It's a full 4 slot to get an extra level. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not committing to that.
Fair.
A 4 slot, I can put 2 levels of coalescence on for a 4 slot.
I agree.
And it's like, you have no idea what I just said.
How could you tell?
Because I know this game, and I know what happens. I know what happens when I'm talking about games that I play expeditiously, like Monster Hunter and Warframe are the main 2 bastards. I can talk about those things, and even in groups of people who have played the games, just not to the bullshit extreme that I'd have, I can watch their eyes start to swim. Like, oh, I am to the point of talking gibberish. My apologies.
They're trying to tap out of a verbal wrestle that you've committed them to.
Yeah, I'll take 2 levels of burst. I'd like 3, but I don't think I'll be able to fit 3.
I don't know if Kelso will join us tonight, but maybe.
Maybe. Do I go? I'll see if I have room for resentment. I do have Heaven Sent, so I might be able to get away with maximum might. Phoenix.
Hard friendship. What does that mean?
Oh. Okay. Hard friendship is the. There we go. Wide range skill. Basically, if we're in a party together and I have wide range on, if I take a potion, it also heals my friend. There are entire builds around this.
Yeah, I can imagine, that being very useful for support characters
Yeah.
of sorts.
Actually, Panda runs wide range every time that he helps me out on Monster Hunter World. Because I'm a fool who overextends all the time.
You compensate for each other's oversights.
Sure.
Be diplomatic.
No, it's purely one-sided. He brings a higher level of DPS and healing and knowledge of that game, whereas I flail about and I sound funny. It's purely one-sided.
You bring all the flash and charisma.
There we go. There's a fade window on there.
Panda says that they're merely a mostly not needed backup.
No, you're not. You are very needed sometimes. There are times where it's like, oh no, I'm going to explode. And then I proceed to explode.
Especially in World.
Yeah. Especially against Raging Brachydios in World. I don't have anything for this one slot. Okay, one level of flinch free. Oh, can I make this work? And a quick triple check. I will say this for, like, especially this game. When you start playing Monster Hunter, you only have Forge upgrade weapon, Forge upgrade armor, customize bowgun, decorations, purchase Kinsect, manage equipment, and chit chat. When you're dealing with the blacksmith, you don't have the ramp up weapons, curious armor crafting, and curious weapon crafting, which are trees unto themselves.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're in-game unlocks.
Everything is in-game unlock, and especially the curious stuff is end-game unlock. And okay, so I have max element boost with no, that's a level 3, so I can't do anything there. Okay. I've already complained about this before, but complained, critiqued. Once you reach endgame, it should just unlock the gem slot thing, so you can put everything on, because it's only like a 5% DPS boost. When all things are said and done.
Yeah, it would be nice if games recognised, okay, you've done the main thing. Now it's time to have fun. I'm going to remove all of the restraints. I'm going to remove all of the limiters.
I mean,
go wild to your heart's content.
This game is good with the removing restraints and limiters on that point of things, because I'm currently running with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. 10, 11, and technically 12, 13, 14 maxed out skills, and then a bunch of other ones that are kind of balanced in and out. Which is absurd for Monster Hunter. Like, in World, I think the most skills you could get there was 9? Maybe 11. And in previous Monster Hunter games to that, the highest you could get is 7. And that was with super endgame armor. And this was like, 20, have fun! Yeah, don't bring followers this time. Hey, you want to watch a dead body?
What?
You want to watch a dead body? Like, what?
It's not a question I usually get asked, I'll be honest.
Oh, before I do that, I'm going to check my healing items. Yeah, okay. Gourmet fish, mega potions. I mean, as long as I'm doing it solo, it's not gonna matter.
Is
I have
Panda
everything.
gonna be joining in Rise?
Panda's allowed to join in Rise. That's up to you.
Oh, they're absolutely welcome.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Oh, I don't have enough purple sharpness levels. Purple has the highest damage multiplier. Well, no. This is an elemental build, so purple isn't going to be too much. Okay. Need a bus before the raid. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I actually need to swap that then. Unbox, switch skills. Yeah. Need to replace. Try to evolve with Iron Skill and replace. There we go, just swap those around. What? That's not right. Did I not save it? Yep, I didn't save it. Dang it. No, that should have been right. The scroll should be. Oh, it's because I didn't have my weapons out. I'm local dumbass. There we go. Got my weapon out. Okay.
Sometime this week, I think I should jump back into Halo. I haven't played it in like a month or two.
I'll play with you.
That'd be fun.
Oh,
I also need to try out Factorio with QB.
Mm-hmm. Also, Smash.
I'm
Yes.
not really feeling Berserk. Gonna have to switch it out for something else.
You don't feel like berserking?
Well, Berserk, it does give really good DPS bonuses, but it's constant health drain. It's really rough, especially with this monster having 70,000 health.
Just gotta go for the risk versus reward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got hit by the side snap. Oh well. I mean, the easiest thing for me to do, it literally is just swap back over to. I think I have it saved up. I do. And then change equipment to. Yeah. That's why I normally wear layered armor. I hate that boob window.
Yeah.
Um,
But how else would you see your sweet chest tats?
long sword set decoration. What I got? What needs to be maxed out? Razor sharp first. And then some agitator because this guy stays angry for fucking ever. And agitator me whenever the monster goes into a enraged state, I get a buff.
That seems reasonable.
You're angry, I get adrenaline. Oh shit. Let's see. I already have to reset all those? Damn. Kind of a shame. Okay, so no berserk, but keep heaven sent. Okay. And my recovery is still. Yeah, I got part of the buff up. Oh, I'm rusty. Yep.
You've been playing too much Wild.
I. Oh, I wish it was Wild. I'm so rusty. This is not good. Oh well. I'm not losing anything by losing this. Well, no, I'm not losing anything by losing this.
It's okay, we believe in you, Kryper.
I don't believe in me. I've met me.
Okay. I would say, albeit slightly condescendingly, just make sure that you hit him and he doesn't hit you. But I understand it's far more difficult than that.
Yeah, no, he just command grabbed me, and I don't have wire bugs to recover, so this can kill right now. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can get him at least a quarter.
Yeah, he seems angry.
Just a tad.
What are you fighting?
The Risen Shigaru.
Oh, okay.
Oh. You know
What is your current weapon of choice?
Current weapon?
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently running around with the longsword, unfortunately.
Okay.
I've given up. I'm just here to do damage and counter everything. Oh, nope. That's one of the main issues with, attacks that have a really long motion value. I can start up that attack like that. Let's do this. How dare you? Oh, I thought, like, so he collided with the wall. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have eaten my Intrepid Heart build up.
Hello, Apollo. Yes, I am very nearly done with all the major contracts for the North Carolina region. Once I'm done delivering this water, I just have to do 3 more scans, and I'm done for now. And then I'm gonna hop over to Monster Hunter Rise with Kripa.
Missed.
I think Owen just got ganked.
Oh,
Owen
no. Not
shout a very loud WTF.
Oh,
the
okay.
the Owen that was giggling.
Yes, that same one. The goblin got ganked.
Oh no.
Good.
Did you gank him?
Yes, it was
No,
me.
no. Oh, he's actually going off at one. Oh dear.
Reset. Shit. Bad positioning. Sharpen. Okay, good. Hey, I got a quarter of his health bar down. Bad. I got a quarter of his health bar down.
He still has 3/4 left.
He has 3/4 left, and now he's angry. He wasn't before? No.
But now you get that buff.
Yeah, now I get it. Yep. Now he attacks faster, hits harder, and has more effects around his attacks. Like that! I forgot that in this mode he hits underneath him when he does that.
It's what we call a learning opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's also something that only showed up in Special Investigation. Shit. Like, in standard hunts, he doesn't have any AoEs that hit underneath him. It's like the game giving you a bone. We'll be fair.
For now.
Exactly. Nope. I maxed out his stun meter.
Ah, so now you're trying to break him like you break a horse so it becomes your friend and you can ride it.
God, I fucking wish he... So, Shigaru Magala showed up in 4th gen. But Monster Hunter Stories 2 didn't bring the Magalas over as monsties, which are monsters that you can ride for their whole combat thing. And I fucking wish they did. Because this is a great monster design.
Hmm. No, like I said, Smash.
Oh yeah, like, I, I, I am fine with that. It's just also kind of awkward because the juvenile state of this creature, Gormagala, I refer to as my son. Adoptive son, but son nonetheless.
Then I retract my previous statement.
Nah, you can fucking stepdad. All because I have one that is my son doesn't mean that all of them are related.
I mean, that's true and good, I think.
Oh, shit. Okay. And people say that Final Fantasy has engaging combat. Well, the latter ones definitely do. Holy life before my eyes! No, I'm not gonna be able to get that buff off in time. Ow. Stop! There we go, at least I got one attack off.
Um,
Yeah, I fucked up there.
you play a lot
Hit the
of
one.
tabletop games, right?
Damn it.
Yep.
Have you tried Unstable Unicorns?
I have.
How do you
Huh.
enjoy that game?
I
'Cause it
enjoyed
seems
the
like
game
fun.
quite a lot. Yeah, I enjoyed the game quite a lot, although school had a nervous breakdown playing that game.
Oh no.
We were playing at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, when we should have been asleep at that point with a couple of our friends, like 4, 5, 6 of us or something. And some cards in Unstable Unicorns that allow you to search the deck for other cards, which is a normal mechanic, but he was so fed up about the amount of times we've had to search the deck for specific cards, and we were doing it constantly, that eventually he just threw that a particular card across the room and was like, no, we're not playing with that one anymore. No! And I don't think we played it since.
Gotcha.
Oh dear.
I think he has PTSD of Unstable Unicorns. So, in other words, 2 thumbs up.
Would recommend. Family
Yeah.
fun. I do have that.
We've most recently been playing a game called Star Realms. Don't know whether you've heard that.
I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it though.
Essentially, card game deck builder based on different types of ships and star bases. There's only really 2, shall we say, currencies in the game. You have trade, which you use to purchase ships with, and you have attack or damage, or whatever you want to call it, which deals damage to your opponent. Your ships get played every hand and then put back into your discard, whereas bases stay out in between each round. So you can sort of build up a board presence. The base game probably only lasts 7 or 8 rounds on average, but we're playing with one of the recent. I I don't want to say expansions. I think it's called Rise of Empires. And it basically takes a sort of a story mode style thing where you can actually upgrade cards as you go, upgrade ships. And currently we're 2 to 2, I believe. We're level pegging. So it's getting quite intense.
Fun.
They've also been to the UK Games Expo the other weekend. So they bought a new set of board games and card games and such.
Does your whole
Cool.
like household enjoy board games?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we got a mountain of them.
Unfortunately, for us two, we're the only two around that could play
Yeah.
tabletop games. So,
And
unless
he
the game
hates me.
no, but unless the game works with just two people, we don't really have anyone
Oh,
to
there's
play
always
with.
tabletops in.
Yeah, that's true.
I could always try and introduce you guys to some other board games that you might enjoy through tabletop, assuming that there's a version of it on the workshop.
Krypha is a longtime fan of D&D, and I've been wanting to play D&D for a while, or like give it a try, but again, we don't really have anyone to play with. Like Kelso plays it, but he's never around.
Crafa, are you a player or a DM?
I've dabbled in both.
Ooh, we dabbled in both.
Mm-hmm.
Sweats nervously.
It's been a while. I did have an entire thing where I was trying to set up a world to play in and other stuff like that, but never went anywhere.
Hmm. The DM's lament.
The DM's lament.
I know that playing D&D online through almost any format is usually a bit more awkward to set up. But if you're needing additional players, you can... Oh, sorry, I was going to say, I can offer my services to some degree, if that helps.
Okay.
Alright.
I've this was years and years ago now, but I did have someone try and show me an online, well, a couple websites and tools to set up an online like 5e game,
Mhm.
but boy was it complicated.
Yeah, some of the systems or some of the services can be very clunky.
It might be better now, but this was like 7 or 8 years ago. And also, just as a new player, I found it so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Mostly, it's like the keeping track of things. I find a little bit... I'm sure once I got into it, I'd get used to it.
It's one of those things that as long as you're sort of starting from a low level where you don't have a lot to track and a lot to think about, then as time goes on, you sort of build up that what's the word? Intuition, I guess. It becomes second nature.
I think it didn't help that the character I picked as my first character was like a bit too complicated, because I picked an alchemist.
Mm.
Yeah, that would help.
But I want to throw potion. It was 5e, but it was like a slightly modified one. It was a pony finder.
Mm.
It's like an MLP version.
we've been playing, or we played a all-out Equestria themed um, campaign. It was a very heavy modification of the 5th edition rule set that Squall came up with.
Okay.
And essentially ended up becoming an overhaul. Um, so we finished that after about 3 years, and I'm planning to start my campaign on that same system.
With your
I
zebra
have
character,
technically
right?
started. Sorry?
With your zebra character, right?
Yeah, so that was the one with the zebra was the one that he ran. Um, the one I'm running takes place earlier in the timeline than his.
Okay.
Mine's supposed to occur, I think it was 75 years, give or take, after the stables closed and the mega spells went off.
Okay.
So a lot of shit is still fucked if you don't mind the terminology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the 3 players I have with Squall, Owen, and Fridge, they are playing a undersized unicorn, a what would you call them? I can't remember the name for the profession, but professional women. Um,
A consort?
that's the one. Thank you.
I only know that because I've been recently watching through Apothecary Diaries.
Yes, it's a great series.
Yeah.
But yeah, a consort of sorts, a unicorn, and then the third character is a Pegasus that was in a stable, but can barely fly.
Okay.
And I have lots of plans on how to inflict trauma on all 3 of them. So
Good.
Trauma is good.
yeah, makes for the best stories.
Last time I was playing D&D, like, rigorously? Whatever. With an actual group, it was with the DM that liked lycanthropes. And we always joked that he liked them a little too much. Because like, oh, and there's a werewolf. Oh, there's a werewolf. Hey, would you look at that? Oh, one of the players contracted lycanthropy. We just ribbed on him. I think it was just he liked the mechanic of one of the people being forced to not play by the right rules.
It's one of those cases of there's a werewolf over there. Yes, I would like to wear a wolf over there.
Oh, how? Okay, now I got Heaven Sent. Oh, didn't activate that in time.
You're trying to Austin Powers yourself between those 2 trees.
I was, and it didn't work.
Here, let's not stand in the purple death pit.
It's the only way you can feel alive.
No, that's countering that attack. That's the only way I can feel alive.
Just need to become one of the 7 deadly sins and use full counter.
Oh yeah, no, Meliodas is on elemental attacks. That was his brother that was physical attacks.
Yeah.
And see, he nicked me for half my health. Like, holy shit. I know that pattern. I don't even have to look at that one. Whee!
Cool guys don't look at dragons that are leaping at you.
Cool guys don't look at explosions that blow shit up as I walk away.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Silver, how stuck are you?
No, I'm getting there.
So, 4.5.
The problem, this is one of my favorite vehicles. It's pretty damn good. However, the only thing it doesn't have as an option are tires that you can put chains on. So rocks are like ice without them. They're very slippery. Especially with these, like, balloon type tires. But beyond that, this thing is like a mountain goat.
I mean, it has seemed to be very effective so far.
It's just a slow vehicle. Like, that's kind of its biggest flaw. But as long as you're not in a rush, it gets the job done. Recover.
Unfortunately for me, I am fairly certain that there's no way that I would be able to complete this quest with my weapon of choice, which is Charge Blade. Simply because that one doesn't give you any mobility options. Whoops. That's gonna get me killed.
Then don't do it.
Yep, there we go. Versus longsword and dual swords having incredible mobility options. I'm running dual sword, so come on. I was rolling. That's what I get for not having a evade window. Oh. I like the visual concept of this dragon has an attack so powerful it pushes them backwards as they have 6 points of contact.
Yeah. I genuinely thought you were dead there as well. I didn't realize you had literally 2 millimeters of health left.
Mm-hmm. Come on. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh.
DK Nation says SNS best weapon propaganda must be spread. Also, hello.
Hello, DK. I
Hello,
agree.
DK.
Propaganda must be spread. I say using dual blades.
Okay, there we go. I was looking up where this final location is to make sure I'm not wasting my time. Because I don't
That's
want to
reasonable.
spend 15 minutes going to the wrong side of this lake. In Monster Hunter, I pretty much only use light bowgun. I'm content with it.
He is a range boy.
Mostly, I like not being knocked down every 2 seconds by a monster.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey!
that seems reasonable.
Finally, I broke at least his horns.
Plus, being ranged, it's a lot easier to keep an eye on like what's actually going on in a fight. Whereas up close, the monster will be so close, it's in your camera.
Yeah. Literally, just look.
That sounds like a skill issue to me.
I mean, it is. I'm just bad at the game.
Also, Rise is a much more fast-paced than traditional Monster Hunters.
I think it's a lot more fun than World, at least from what I've played.
Yeah. Heavy bowgun and bow. Yeah. Heavy bowgun's really fun in this game.
I think Rise is much more arcadey.
Oh, I missed the horn.
DK says that everything is a skill issue with this game.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
shit. Run!
You say run. Where?
Hey, that is an avoidable nuke, thankfully. It's not like, I don't know if you watched me suffer through Electreon in Monster Hunter World, where he has an unavoidable nuke if you don't do enough damage to him. Uh-huh. And that is, like, the worst part about that hunt. If he didn't have that unavoidable nuke, I would be hands down for the Elatreon hunt. I love the random-ass elements. I love the, like, phase shifting. I like everything else about it, except the random nuke. Now, granted, it's good training for when you need to fight Fatalis and they only give you 30 minutes. And it's like, this guy has 70k health. It's like, what?
They just tell you figure it out.
Yeah, basically. It's like, DPS or die. It's like, oh.
But Var,
A little bit
if you
of
play
that.
this game, you can have a Warhammer sticker.
Oh, my favorite.
Well, you do like Warhammer.
I do. I have a knight army. Knight? Wait, what kind? Grey Knights? No, Imperial Knight. Shit. Forgot to have this underneath it.
Krypha is into painting miniatures.
I do like painting the miniatures.
I like the putting miniatures together, you know, from little kits, but I'd be no good with the painting. I don't have the creative flair to paint.
Oh, damn. That was a bad run. Okay. Anyways. My thing is never really promoted... Yeah, in World, they never promoted elemental damage, and then Electra came in and was like, element or die. You chose death, then. I have to rebuff. See, I had a rhythm going, and then I went to read chat and talk to you guys. I fucked it up, and it's totally because I was not paying attention.
I'm sorry.
Actually, no, it literally was because I wasn't directly paying attention. Like, this guy, him and Primordial Malzeno demand that you pay attention to them at all given times. Otherwise, they will rock your shit. In fact, Primordial Malzeno has a 12-hit combo. He will just hit you with a 12-piece. Oh, I'm not blaming you, I'm blaming myself. You're fine. He will hit you with a 12-piece chicken nugget with a biscuit. No drink.
No discount.
No discount either. Oh. Okay, at least I got that off. Okay, there we go. Nope. Give me that tail, because if I can sever that...
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say.
Give me that sweet, sweet tail. Ah, god damn it, another fucking fallen angel. Or Heaven's Fall, or whatever they want to call it.
Surprised your cat friends are surviving for so long.
Oh, they have auto revives.
The Monster Hunter games call those palicos.
Because they are your pal, and they are cooperative. I don't actually know.
Well, there's a breed of cat called calico.
Yeah.
Calicos are
Yeah.
white, black, and usually orange or some kind of sanding orange colour. And primarily female.
Yeah.
I think that's the same thing with tortoiseshell cats. I believe they're another one of the cats where like like 97% or something are female. Like it's really hard to get a male.
Yeah, usually the expression of like their colouring and things like that are based on the sex chromosome. So it's almost impossible to get them unless they have some weird combination of recessive or mutation on genes.
Okay. Gotta grab the card.
Nerd.
How dare you put you...
Do you guys have any pets in your household?
Unfortunately, no. We desperately want to have pets, but the landlord refuses to allow pets in this house.
Gotcha.
The landlord hates animals and people, but
Yes.
he can build people.
Yeah. The thing is, they're supposed to do an inspection every, like, 6 months just to make sure that we haven't blown the place up or something. And they haven't done that for the past 4 years. So they clearly don't care that much about the house.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they're just... They're being difficult because they want to be.
Well, as long as they're not causing problems for us and we're not causing problems for them, then... yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Oh, you got that tail.
I did. So the reason why I'm so focused on breaking parts is I have a skill that allows me to take a tiny percentage of health, well, of damage, as healable health whenever I hit a part that's been broken. I have life steal, as long as I'm hitting something broken.
And it also reduces the number of abilities or actions that enemies have usually, doesn't it?
Not in this game, unfortunately.
Oh, never mind that.
And not with this boss. He will wreck your shit regardless. He does not care if he's half the dragon he used to be.
DK said he's going to go grab a cockroach toothpick and hunt him a seagull. And then
Yeah.
he said what he said. He didn't call it weak.
Seagore, Chaotic or Magala, okay. That's a weird in-between phrase. Cousin to this guy.
Mm.
Yeah. I tripped on that ledge.
Yep.
I was like, God damn it!
This arena is not OSHA approved.
No, it's not. Okay, I'll take that. No. Okay. If I got 5 seconds, I can get a heal in. There we go. Damn it! I keep forgetting the special investigation has the one underneath him. Oh well. That's fine, I got halfway through his health bar. Roughly. And
Ledge
the
taketh
awards
again,
here
I see.
mean... Huh?
DK said the ledge taketh again, I see.
Hell. So, when ledges were introduced in Monster Hunter, they would giveth. But they've been taking ever since.
With interest.
With interest. Alright. Yeah, I'll just do with some other random monster. Which means I can do random thing.
Yeah, I completed the contracts. I'm just going to accept some new tasks that popped up. Because you have to go to them physically. And then I'm done.
Okay.
Mobile phones have not been invented in the Snowrunner universe.
Nope. Yeah, you have contracts, which are essentially the main missions. In the regions and maps. And then you have tasks, which are missions that are only on... You have to go to them physically on the map and
Oh, with
accept
mortgage,
them.
not it. Okay. You know what, I'll just do standard master rank, and...
Listen to you
It would
making
be
it sound like it's no big deal.
Standard master rank?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If I was to bring... Actually, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, sure. It's gonna be the same monster, but it will just be master rank. Because of how they... So, they changed it to master rank. It used to be G rank, is what it used to be called. It used to be low rank, high rank, and then G rank, or guild rank. But that didn't make sense for Westerners, so they changed it to master rank. So I have this set up.
Funky Thief says, wish Walls was better. All they did was make me miss Rise.
Yeah,
You know what makes
but
me
it's
laugh?
okay because in Wilds we have the wound mechanic, which is still broken. What makes you laugh?
I was just gonna say, like, some of the design choices, like, for some of these buildings, they make no sense. Like this store, farm store, lounge, bar, restaurant, diner, shop goods, buns, Arctic Fox, USA Irish pub, cafe, bar, beer.
Yeah.
And that says inn.
It
It's
does
everything. Yeah.
Okay. So, because I said screw it. Yes, this is the same monster. This is 300 levels of difficulty lower. Now, granted, it's not like every level it gets exponentially more high, it's incremental, but...
You're just catching him on an off day.
Oh yeah, just catching him on off day. And then, if I get this out pretty quick before Silva shows up, I'll at least showcase like Primordial Malzeno, or just standard Malzeno.
I don't think you like to do that on stream.
Oh wait. Was the randomized quest randomizing eating food buffs? Whee!
Thank you everyone
Yeah,
who
that
for
doesn't
watching.
explode underneath him anymore.
I'm
Yee.
swapping over to Monster Hunter Rise.
Oh, you're on a time limit now, boy.
Oh shit.
Eh,
I might